Football fans, welcome to St. Paul Mustangs Field for today's 2025 U16 Western Challenge, our gold medal game. Introducing our visiting team from Alberta, Team Alberta. Wearing number 1, Jacob Martell. Starting number 3 for Alberta, Kingston Park. And number 3, Ryland Park. Number 9, Ben Borosoa. Number 10 for Alberta, David Bancaboni. Number 11, Galen Reed. Number 12, Dante Rogers. Number 15, D'Angelo Austin. Number 17, Preston Lipman. Number 20, Edward Rickey. Number 21, Malachi Peluzin. Number 22, Adrian Chen. Number 24, Jacob Lemke. Number 25, Maxis Diatelli. Number 27, Deshaun Duncan. And number 28, Cody Gray. Number 32, Harmon Pearson. And number 33, Vincent Hope. Number 40, Noah Babb. Number 42, Colin McQueen. Number 44, Declan Reed. Number 54, Bishop Prescott. Number 55, Harrison Chapman. And number 56, Dimitri Lawson. Number 60, Brandon Atkinson. Number 64, Evan Krishnow. Number 65, Jason Funk. Number 77, Ryland Raymond. Number 80, Kenzie Robertson. Number 87, Travis Gill. Number 88, Cody Toro. And number 92, Hayden Floyd. Number 95, Danilo Evangelista. Number 97, Kale Genesal. And number 99, Iwat Yeehaw. Team Alberta. And we direct your attention to our home bench wearing the green and the white. Starting off for our home team, Team Saskatchewan.
One, two, three. They don't want it. They don't want it. Let's go. Let's go.
Number 19, Jonas Kosgaard. Starting number 20, Matthew Kidd. Number 21, Brett Middleton. And number 22, Lucas Holy. Number 24, Hunter Guerrero. Number 26, Finley Lavender. Number 31, Mephic Flores. And number 33, Ashton Pumba. Number 38, Liam DeFos Kaliniak. And then number 40, Brandon Aribio. Number 41, Malik King. Starting at number 42 in the green, Carson Wolf. Number 44, Caden Sterniak. Number 45, Matthew Demoyne. Number 47, Lincoln Liliesjord. Number 48, Cade Napper. Starting at number 54, Wyatt Senek. And at number 56, Cole Shutko. Number 61, Malachi Mati. Number 63, Ewan Pickering. Starting at number 64, Rylan Jungworth. Number 66, Nathan Birch. Number 67, Rylan Lethbridge. Starting at number 68, Eden Mawuatuk. Number 77, Brighton Kress. Starting at number 80, Eden Yildiz. And number 31, Parker Thompson. Wearing number 85, Kamani Forsyth. And number 87, Maddox Alize. Number 88, Kieran McCulloch. Number 91, Steve Lukes. And number 99, Preston Apt, Team Saskatchewan. Football Manitoba acknowledges that today's sports event is being held on Indigenous ancestral lands on Treaty 1 territory. These are the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Ojibwe, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and the Métis Nation. We are grateful for the opportunity to meet here for today's event. And we thank and honor all of the generations of people who have gone before us and have taken care of this land since time immemorial. Ladies and gentlemen, football fans, please stand if you're able. Remove your headgear for our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to introduce our first game. Our referee for today is Mark Montana. Umpire, Brian Goodman. Down judge, Lauren Kersey. Line judge, Cam Fortier. Side judge, Scott Yemen. And back judge, Kevin Saxon. Field judge, James Kutu. And our spare for today, Ian Ferguson.
Good afternoon, football fans from across the country. Thank you for tuning in to Football Canada's YouTube channel for the gold medal matchup of the U16 Western Challenge between four-time defending champions Saskatchewan and Alberta. These two put on a show in the first round and last year. The final very close, 18-15 for Sask. Alberta looking to take the title from the four-time champs. And Tyler, in the first round matchups, these two squads were absolutely dominant on the ground.
Yeah, 100% correct there, Mike. Ground games for both of these football teams, winning by 45 and 35 points respectively in those games. The ground game for Alberta, they mix it up a little bit. They bring in a little bit of an extra blocking scheme led by head coach and former all-Canadian offensive lineman in Jordan Filippelli, and then there's Saskatchewan. They do what Saskatchewan does. They run the ball, they run RPOs, and then they throw the ball behind you in coverage. Saskatchewan is a machine, and they are the four-time champions for a reason.
It's going to be a great one here. Mike Still with 2014 Hardy Cup champ Tyler Fabry. An honor to call this game between these two squads. For Alberta, Davin Banke Babona likely to take those first quarter reps, 6-1 pivot. And for Saskatchewan, Xavier Gatin, one of two quarterbacks, along with Braden Marwick on that Saskatchewan roster. The other quarterback for Alberta that we'll see, Bastian Pascal. Pascal has a cannon on him. Will be fun to watch. This one could come down to the battle in the trenches and who can create more turnovers. Both of these sides played well-disciplined football. There's a reason why they're in this final again. Well-coached at all levels. We're going to be in for an absolute thriller. One of the standouts for me from the first game of the tournament was Derek Weigel. Yes. Tyler, the 5'8", 205-pound bowling ball back of the St. Paul Bengals in Elk Point, Saskatchewan. He had a great game. Really set the tone for Saskatchewan, allowed them to set up with the option offense, with success with those RPOs. But it's Alberta that's going to start with this football. Booming kick, and it's Weigel going all the way back to his 1 yard line to pick this football up, trying to get outside, and he will not be able to do so. Saskatchewan stacks him up at the 11 when we've got a flag on the field as well. Tackle made by multiple Saskatchewan defenders coming in. Jax Ward as well as Cade Napper.
So this flag is going to be a hold against the Alberta return team, so they're going to start well backed up into their own end zone here. Shadow of the goalpost with an absolute rocket of a kickoff, as you see here, bouncing around on Weigel, able to pick that one up at the 1 and just kind of do the best he can with that penalty enforced. Alberta's going to be scrimmaging here, opening possession 1st and 10 from their own 5 yard line, Mike.
Alberta's starting in the shadow of their own end zone. And it will be Davin Banke Babona starting this game at the quarterback position for Alberta. Trips to the short side, and keep an eye out for Jacob Martel and Ryland Park. Those are speed demons for Alberta. Park, the closest receiver on that short side, and Martel on the far side. And speaking of Park, he gets the ball in his hands right away. Makes one man miss, gets up past the first down marker, takes a huge hit at the end of the play as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what you'd expect at Alberta's offense to start this game. Get the ball into the playmakers' hands in Ryland Park on that quick screen to the short side of the field. You can see the punt return capabilities out of Park there, just making 1 miss, 2 miss, going to get north and south and fall forward very close for a first down. Going to be second and about a yard. Not even the length of a football here.
Second and short playbook is wide open for Alberta. Split backs for Banke Babona. Looked like it might have been a bit of a broken play there. Banke Babona looking around. He didn't need much. He needed mere inches. That Saskatchewan defense tough at the point of attack. And that's going to set up a third down. That is a tough turn of events for Alberta. Banke Babona looking around. He just needed to lunge forward here, but a little bit of miscommunication for sure.
Yeah, there was a miscommunication in the backfield. Running back did not look like he was expecting the football. Banke Babona did his best to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately, lost about a yard. Punt situation, potential safety touch situation here, which will be the first points of this football game, Mike, will be the first points given up by either team in this tournament.
It's David Krashenescu, and he's going to kick it away. Fielding this one at the Alberta 43, getting to the edge. Returned by Kieran Mikola. Up into Alberta territory. Solid field position for Sask.
Yeah, I don't hate that decision at all. Like I mentioned there, Mike, Alberta had not given up a single point in their first game. Neither did Saskatchewan. Why not punt? Let your defense do what they did all evening on Wednesday night and just go out and ball out. There is a bit of a discussion here, maybe a late flag on the turf here. It's going to be a hold going against Alberta. The conversation's happening between the Saskatchewan captain and the officiating crew. I think we're going to back them up here and then potentially re-kick, so maybe we will get that safety touch after all. This will back the punt up to be, I think they'll be snapping this ball inside their own 10-yard line here, Mike.
Yeah, might be a good idea to concede the 2. We'll wait and see what Alberta decides to do as they re-kick on third down.
I imagine you're going to give up the safety here, but we'll see, because that was instant field position for Saskatchewan. They were scrimmaging inside the 40. Now with the penalty backing them up an additional 7-8 yards. We'll see what Coach Philip Helly decides to do. But like I said, I imagine it's going to be okay, there it is, safety touch. So the first points of this football game are going to go to Team Saskatchewan on a safety touch after a great opening kickoff, pinning Alberta into the shadows of their end zone, and they capitalize with the opening safety.
It's that Saskatchewan defense holding firm, 2nd and inches for Alberta. Bit of miscommunication in the backfield. Results in a loss, and it results in 2 points. That one can be credited to the defense.
Absolutely.
Saskatchewan starting from their 35 with their first offensive possession, and we'll see if they go to the run right away, and they will. Right up the gut, great yardage. 8, almost 9 on the ground, and we're going to be calling the name Ashton Humfan often in this one. 5'9", 210 out of Martinsville. Right up the middle. Again, the big boys up front, pushing forward, creating great space.
Fantastic job by the left guard there, number 66 in Birch, double teaming the nose tackle, coming off to the linebacker. Going to be 2nd and 1, going to go right back to the ground game. Humfan's going to go up through the middle of the Alberta defense, get about 14. Saskatchewan moving early.
Team Sask doing what they do, Tyler, playing bully ball, running the ball early on, establishing that. It opens up the pass for this unit. They run a lot of that RPO look as well. And you mentioned it, Tyler, from the top down, the minor football level, all the way up through university, they run the same systems.
Yeah.
These players are comfortable, and they've repped this many, many times. You see them like a well-oiled machine as once again Humfan takes the carry. Short gain that time.
Yeah, Alberta's defense a little sick and tired of the back-to-back big run chunk plays there. 9 on the first one, 14 on the second one. This time the defense front six says, no, you're not going short side on me here. Good job of staying at home with that misdirection in the backfield. A couple D linemen able to break through and make the play. Going to be second and about 8.5 here. Trips to the weak side of the field for Team Saskatchewan.
Xavier Gatton with 2 backs. He's going to pass. That one is complete for a first down. Great ball right into the breadbasket of Parker Thompson.
Yeah, I was speaking with legendary Bison football coach, recently retired Brian Doby, before the kickoff of this football game, watching Team Saskatchewan warm up and watching Gatton deliver that football. His delivery is absolutely exceptional. Gets the ball out in a hurry, and that ball is thrown on a absolute rope. First down, Saskatchewan.
Gatton under center. Flags all over the field. Whistle blown. Bit of a jump. Looked to be on Sask. We'll wait for the call. Offside Sask.
To be on a receiver.
I think it was 88 that just was a little bit
too
past
excited.
the line of scrimmage. That will back up Sask as we get another look.
His closest receiver there coming in.
Yeah, for sure.
There he is. He's off by a little bit.
McCullough jumped just offside.
Let's see what Saskatchewan's got in hand. They're back into the exact same formation. Last time they had 2 pullers. We'll see if they repeat it.
Gatton under center. Screen pass. Great execution. Making one man miss. Excellent production on first down.
I like that play call from the Saskatchewan offensive coaching staff. Going to go under center, going to throw that jailbait screen to the wide side of the field, get 2 offensive linemen out in front to block, and they got about 13 on 1st and 15. Second and short, 3 down territory here for Team Sask.
Dylan Ward with the reception. Gatton under center once again. What a play fake from Gatton. Rolls to his right. Oh!
Dropped it.
Close, but no cigar. Great finish out there from Alberta.
Was he in front of the line of scrimmage,
Number
Mike?
20 for Team Alberta, Everett Granke, broke it up as well. We also have a flag on the field.
Was Gatton.
It was close. He was close to stepping over the line of scrimmage, was Gatton. We'll check on the penalty.
It's going to be roughness on Alberta. I guess it's going to be roughing the passer. We'll see if we get a look on the replay here. It's going to be up 15. But my, oh my, Mike, you said it during the play. Gatton with an absolute picture-perfect play-action fake. Even probably gets the cameraman to bite a little bit. There it is. He had the flat open, decided not to take it. Takes the go ball shot up. There's the late flag a little bit right at the end of the tail end of the replay there. Going to be a shot to the head. Nonetheless, first down, Team Saskatchewan.
That was a great ball, Granke. Great finish on that play. Back to the ground, still going, churning forward all the way down to the 1 yard line. Ashton Hoomfan getting it going, churning those legs, Tyler.
What a run, just a straight old school power play in the middle. Gonna get the pulling guard out in front, and Hoomfan makes a couple miss, and he doesn't want to go down. He's carrying 4 white jerseys to the 1 yard line. We'll see what the play call is here on 1st and goal.
Saskatchewan, 1 yard from pay dirt. Gatton is under center. He's going to hand it off. Looking to find the end zone. Just needed a yard, but that Alberta front says no. Taken down by Cody Gray from the St. Albert 49ers in St. Albert, Alberta.
Yeah, they go to the big boys up front. They go to the wedge look, the 3 down line, the tight end with the 5 down offensive lineman. Hand the ball off in the backfield. Penetration by Alberta. Great job by that entire defensive unit to get a stop. We'll see what's on deck here for 2nd and goal.
Gatton taking it himself with the QB keeper. He's in. Touchdown, Saskatchewan. Xavier Gatton finishes off the drive.
What a drive for Xavier Gatton. Started on the ground with Hoomphan up the middle for a couple chunk plays. Gatton goes yard on second down. It's going to get an additional 15 for roughness. They put the ball on the 1. Gatton don't miss. The big boy takes it up the middle for himself. 6 points, Team Saskatchewan. Safety touch to start on defense. Opening drive touchdown to start for Team Saskatchewan. Picture perfect for the boys out west in the green and white.
Gatton out of the Riffle Royals program in Regina. That is a fantastic football program out there in Riffle. And the future is bright as well. Well executed, and that was an absolutely fantastic play action fake from Gatton. Basically kept 3 defenders sort of locked at the line of scrimmage, using his legs to roll out. Of course, that pass went incomplete on a great play defensively, but rewarded with a penalty. Established the run as well. And Saskatchewan churning early on, Tyler.
Yeah, just a fantastic drive. Exactly what Saskatchewan football wants to do. They're going to march it down your throat. They're going to run the ball right up the middle. They're going to go play action. They're going to take their shots. Gatton did exactly what he needed to do at the quarterback position, marched his team down the field. Saskatchewan out to an early 9-point lead. 5.5 minutes remaining here in this opening quarter.
The ball is on the tee. We're set to go. Sask up by 9 here early as they go for a bit of a different look, trying to get that ball targeted near the 50-yard line. Had multiple players in the area, but Alberta swats it out of bounds.
Yeah, great job there by Alberta's number 80 to just be on the spot and know that you just have to be the last person to touch the ball to push it out of bounds to maintain possession. I like the decision here from the head coach and Team Saskatchewan to do the moonshot onside kick attempt there. See if you can catch Alberta napping. Try to get that lead even bigger right out the gate. But as I mentioned there, great job by number 80 on the return team for Alberta. Batting that one out of bounds, going to result in instant field position for Team Alberta.
Kenzie Robertson, right placed, swat that one out of bounds on that onside kick attempt. Refs were deliberating.
Had to talk about who touched the ball last, just make sure they had it correct, which they do. It'll be first down for Alberta here, scrimmaging from their own 52-yard line.
Davin Bankebabona calling out the play in the huddle for Alberta. Single back for Team Alberta, Derek Weigel. Handoff is to Weigel. Tries to burst forward. Saskatchewan, excellent penetration in the backfield. No gain, actually the loss of 1 on the play. 3 or 4 defenders got in there, including Preston Epp under the St. Joseph Guardians in Saskatoon.
Just all around team defense. This entire group of 12 guys on the field for Saskatchewan are just flying around, ready to make a play. Going to be a TFL, as you mentioned there, Mike. Going to be 2nd and 11 here. We'll see if Saskatchewan brings a bit of pressure. They got 5 guys up on the line as we get this second down play underway.
Blitz look from Sask with 3 high in the secondary. Flag on the play. Complete.
Oh, ladder.
Oh! Holy goodness me, what a hit at the end of the play. Unnecessary roughness. Jonas Krogsgaard, you could hear that one from back in Saskatchewan, Tyler. There is a flag on the play there at the end.
So we're going to have an offside on Saskatchewan to start this one, but oh wow, they go to the hook and ladder right out the gate. And yeah, the young man from Alberta is going to take a knee. That was definitely some helmet-to-helmet contact, a little bit unintentional. I don't believe he was leading with his head by any means, but nonetheless, we'll get a good look here on the replay. Here's the offside jump by the entirety of the defensive line. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys there. We're going to throw the quick hook, and then here comes the lateral, and then here comes the boom. Oh, we're going to miss it just a little bit on the replay, but number 19 from Saskatchewan absolutely laid down the wood on number 3 for Alberta, who is down on a knee getting tended to. Hopefully he is okay.
That is Ryland Park, the elite playmaker from Alberta, returner, receiver, do it all. he gets off the field walking under his own steam, which is good to see, but certainly took a shot there from Jonas Krogsgaard. I love the play call from
Why not,
Team
right?
Alberta on the hook and ladder.
Why not? It's never too early to get tricky. You're down 9 points, to start this football game as we're getting an indication for the offside. And then is this going to be...
Jordan Filippelli is extremely upset on the Alberta sideline.
Objectionable conduct.
He's extremely upset with what is going on out there after that hit to Park. Extremely, I said that twice already. Don't need to reiterate
I don't
myself
blame him,
here.
Mike. I mean, it was definitely head-to-head contact in a way. Thank you so much. It was definitely head-to-head contact. I would absolutely be irate if I was in Coach Filippelli's position as well. Sorry, I was just getting a little bit distracted there on the broadcast here. But as Coach Filippelli, that was for sure helmet-to-helmet contact. I can understand why he's upset. I don't believe it was intentional.
No, definitely wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think that was intentional, but it was certainly a head-to-head shot.
Yeah, exactly.
We very clearly heard the contact from up here. Nice to see Park walk off on his own steam. As we get back to action, Weigel's got a huge hole up the middle. And an excellent block as well. Pancake block up front from Alberta as big boy Mason Funk, number 65 on a Sturgeon County. As Team Alberta fired up, they want to get one done here on this drive as their physicality front and center, both teams stepping up. This is the gold medal game, Tyler, laying it all on the line.
Absolutely. 3 different pancakes on that play alone. Great job up front. If they can get Weigel going on the ground, Alberta is going to be exactly where they want to be on offense.
Banke Babona with Weigel in the backfield. He's going to go back to the bowling ball. Pushing ahead, surging forward, going to be close to a first down. It's going to depend on the spot.
Yeah, it's going to be enough, Mike. He did exactly what he needed to do there. Pressure look from Team Saskatchewan. Great job blocking up front by the big bodies, and Weigel makes no mistake. If they can get the Elk Point bowling ball going, Alberta is going to be in this football game right away. Down 9 early, but that doesn't mean anything here, Mike.
Nick Potts, 6 foot 165 out of the Calgary Colts with a great block as well there at the receiver position to spring Weigel. Again, Alberta with that H-back look. It's Deshaun Duncan in that position. Banke Babona goes to the short side. That one is complete to Jacob Martel. If they can get him going, Alberta's going to have success. He was extremely critical to their victory over BC earlier this week in the first round of action.
Yeah, between Martel and Park on that short side for the receivers, and then Weigel in the backfield, Alberta has some absolute weapons. There was a ball thrown to this back corner of the end zone on Wednesday where Martel went and got it, and he had no business doing so. He is a special talent at the wide receiver position.
Split back for Banke Babona. Goes back to Weigel, and he's got a man on top of his back, driving him down on that carry.
It's an interesting technique there.
Carson Wolf on a Balgoni. The Miller Marauders dragging down Weigel, who took him for a ride for a few more steps. 3rd and about 2, Tyler.
Yeah, he's literally piggybacking him way into a tackle there. Weigel's getting going downhill. Great production there on 2nd and long. Going to the run play. Going to be a setup for 3rd down here. We'll see what the decision is as Alberta brought on a couple of big bodies. They got the big body short yardage unit out on the field.
Heavy package. Banke Babona under center. Jordan Filippelli going to call for a timeout here. A little bit of confusion from Alberta's side, so they'll just shore that up.
It's a big down early, right? I think I took the words out of your mouth there, Mike, but these guys don't want to mess this one up. It's 3rd down, a very manageable to fringe of the red zone. Down early here in this football game as the first quarter comes to a conclusion right away. Only 1 minute and 14 seconds left in this opening quarter. You want to take advantage of every possession that you possibly can here on both sides of the football. So this is a good timeout taken by Coach Filippelli. Make sure the boys know what they're doing. There looked to be a little bit of confusion, like you said there, Mike, on that line up front. So better safe than sorry. Take the timeout, reset, regroup, and get ready to go here coming out of the timeout break.
1:14 to play in the first quarter. Saskatchewan leading 9-0. Their defense has stood on business, but Alberta is on the move. If you're just joining us, this drive started with a hook and ladder. Ryland Park taking a huge shot, forcing him to the sideline, and his team has rallied around him, Tyler, pushing this football forward. Great blocking up front, and Derek Weigel getting the damage done in the run game, and we've got a 3rd down and 1. Misdirection on the counter and a 1st down, and once again, why not give it to Weigel?
Like I mentioned earlier, this man is very, very good at running the ball downhill. Weigel is a big body back, but he has the speed and the power to match. They ended up flipping the formation, and probably why Alberta's coaching staff called the timeout. Get that jet motion coming underneath and just run power to that overloaded side and let your big boy back go get a 1st down.
Alberta driving deep into Saskatchewan territory in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Banke Babona with split backs. It's Weigel as well as Michael Lorenzen. It is Lorenzen with the carry. Again pushing forward for solid yardage on 1st down.
Very methodically moving the ball here on the ground after that unnecessary roughness penalty to Park. Alberta's just sticking to the ground game here. Chunk play, chunk play, chunk play. I'd love to see a play action pass here on 2nd and short.
Banke Babona dapped up Bishop Truscott, his hulking right tackle at 6'5", 305. He led the way on that last run play. Alberta 2nd and 3. Banke Babona with Weigel in the backfield. Motion now from Nick Potts to the wide side. He's got a man. There's a late flag. Roughing the passer likely going to be called.
Yeah.
As that one complete to Deshaun Duncan.
Right on cue, Alberta's offense probably, they're next door to me. They didn't hear me, but I'm going to say they did. They went play action, zone read, give it the ball in the flats to the H-back, can attack on the additional roughness penalty. This ball's going to the goal line on the 1st down conversion. Going to be 1st and goal from the 1. Big body unit checking back in. We'll see what the play call is. Last time it was the jet sweep look. Power underneath it. We'll see if that's the same thing here on 1st down.
Get another look at that most recent play. Banke Babona kept the edge defender forced to stay honest because of the abilities with the feet of Banke Babona. Gave Duncan time to get open on that play. 1st and goal from the 1. Banke Babona under center. Weigel takes it. Touchdown, Alberta. The bowling ball's in the end zone.
Fantastic play call. And Alberta might be going for 2 to close the gap here. We're going to mix it up. I love this decision after an absolute picturesque second drive of the football game for Team Alberta. Back to that power look. There's the jet motion underneath. Couple of down blocks. Great job by the big unit up front. Weigel walks in relatively untouched, standing up in the end zone. And as I mentioned, Alberta is going for 2.
Alberta looking to cut this to a 1-point lead for Sask. Banke Babona from the 5 with Weigel in the backfield. Duncan at the H-back position to the short side. Motion from Kenzie Robertson. Banke Babona rolling to his left. He's got a man open, and there it is, Tyler. 2 points on the board.
Left-handed quarterback, get him out on the left hash, moving the pocket. Great job on the arc route by the wide side wide receiver, strong side wide receiver, I guess, with the left-handed quarterback. Man coverage across the board from Team Saskatchewan. And this opening quarter is going to end on a bang. We got a 1-point football game after 12 minutes, Mike. Great look here on the replay. Arc route from, I believe it's number 1.
Yep. That's
The
Jacob
speedster.
Money Martell.
Absolutely. The kid's got sure hands, and he has speed to burn. Great rope by Money Martell. Great hands to steal in that 2-point conversion. 9-8. Team Saskatchewan leads after 12.
Whew, we got ourselves a great game brewing. Gold medal on the line at the U16 Western Challenge rematch here from last year's gold medal contest. Well, these two provinces, this rivalry goes way back to just last year. I mean, they've been battling for years and years for the gold medal at the U16 Western Challenge.
Yeah, perennial powerhouses at the U16 Western Challenge, the U17 Western Challenge, right? Saskatchewan and Alberta have been the top of the class in that 4-province Western tournament, indeed. If you were with us earlier, you saw Manitoba win an absolute thriller for bronze, snapping their medal drought from the year 2018, and now Alberta's looking to snap Saskatchewan's 4-year gold medal run. They're sick and tired of finishing in second, Mike. They want that gold medal.
They sure do. It's all on the line here today at Mustangs Field. As that,
Why, that's going to be really close. I think he's going to I think he touched that.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that's
That was a that's a tough one there. Malik King, boy, did he have a good game against BC.
Yes, he did.
One of the true standouts. Started the game with a sack on the opening BC drive. Was all over the field. We are surely going to be calling his name often, but that one was probably going. Well, that was definitely going out of bounds.
Yeah, just a bit of a mistake there on his part. And these kids are young, right? They're 15 years old for the most part. Hard. It's a learning experience for the young man back there. Yeah, they would have been scrimmaging from about the 45-yard line. Now they're stuck inside their 20. No big deal. Saskatchewan proved that they don't care how long the field is. They're going to march it anyway.
Gatton back to pass. He's got a man open. First down up past the 40-yard line. Letting the fans know about it. That's Aiden Yildiz, and he was dangerous against BC. Giving vibes to Daniel Weeb, many of those, Colton Clausen, many of those sensational Saskatchewan receivers. Small, but with speed and game-breaking ability. And Yildiz gets his side a first set.
Just a perfectly timed go ball in between the two zones, the deep middle and the underneath coverage. Great ball by Gatton. Oh, broken play. Supposed to be a counter. Miscommunication in the backfield. Alberta's going to capitalize as they rally about 7 guys on that quarterback sack off the miscommunication on the jet motion underneath, counter coming back. Lot of moving parts on a play like that as you see the motion coming across the field here, and then it's going to be back under, and the timing wasn't there. Gatton just going to take as much as he can, get down, live to see another down, but it's going to be 2nd and 20 here, Mike.
Just took too long to develop. Great play call defensively. Kalen Reed getting the sack. 2nd and long. Gatton going to throw. Screen pass to the outside, pushing it up to where the original marker was, but that's going to set up a 3rd down and a punting situation for Team Sask. Dylan Ward with the reception.
Yeah, great job by Team Alberta to respond after their offensive touchdown. Going to get the ball back into their quarterback's hands as Jacob Money Martell is going to be the lone returner for Team Alberta. But even on that screen pass, Mike, 12 yards on a slip screen to the wide receiver. Saskatchewan's absolutely moving.
Strong momentum from Alberta. 1-point game. Barn burner at Mustangs Field in Winnipeg. 2 returners now back for Alberta. Jacob Martell as well as Malachi Polishin. That one bounced off of him.
They didn't blow that dead.
Yeah, that went off of an Alberta player's helmet. And a little bit of chaos down there on the field. Flags flying as well.
I'm gonna see what the officials decide here. I thought that one was gonna get blown dead. Referees obviously did not feel that was necessary. It bounced around a little bit, took a weird hop here, took a weird hop there. We'll see after the smoke clears what happens. Alberta's offense is coming on the field.
We'll take another look. This one bounced in front of the returners at about the 45, and I think it just went off the helmet of Maximus Piatelli. And then after that, bedlam ensued. Ball being moved up here off of the no yards.
Well, there you go. When it's all said and done, Alberta's going to scrimmage from their 50-yard line for their third possession of this football game, following an absolutely beautiful touchdown drive, on their last possession with a successful 2-point convert, Mike.
See if Alberta can build off of that momentum. Banke Babona is going to hand it off to Weigel. Again, a solid gain on first down and a late flag at the end of the play. We'll wait to see what the call is.
For what it's worth, Ryland Park is still in the medical tent, has not come back on the field here for Team Alberta. This is going to be 15 free additional yards for Team Alberta. Unnecessary roughness is the call. I believe it's going to be a horse collar. The Team Saskatchewan coaching staff does not agree with it.
Yeah, Park's got his helmet off. I will say there are a lot of players, some of them listed not with Harry Ainley, some of them are still listed with their minor teams, but Park's got a Harry Ainley helmet on. Harry Ainley is a powerhouse program up there in Edmonton, and goodness gracious, they're getting a lot of talent out of this U16 program, including Park, who...
There's a lot of white and blue helmets on this white and blue football team.
Going to be a huge talent and going to add to the already prestigious history of the Harry Ainley Titans programs. Back to action, Weigel takes that one off tackle, surging forward.
Yeah, like I've said a couple of times here in this broadcast, Mike, Weigel is a fantastic downhill runner. Alberta is led by an all-Canadian offensive lineman and Coach Filippelli. They're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball over and over and over again. That's going to set up the play-action pass. But Weigel getting going early is of vital importance for this football team.
Yeah, just kind of making note here quickly. There are a lot of West Edmonton Raiders on this roster, out of Edmonton, who are more than likely all playing for Harry Ainley in the fall. I'm counting them here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost a half dozen West Edmonton products that will be representing the next generation of Harry Ainley Titans. And that also includes their pivot, I believe, Davin Banke-Babona. Looks like he's rocking the Harry Ainley helmet. I could be wrong.
I believe
there. It's
he
tough
is,
to see, but
I believe he is.
That's just an embarrassment of riches out there in the Edmonton area.
That team's an absolute powerhouse. Top to bottom out there in Alberta. As we had number 41 for Team Saskatchewan go down on a knee. Looks to be no worse for wear as he jogs off the field under his own power. So we got 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5.5 here, for Team Alberta coming off of the injury timeout.
Banke-Babona with split backs. ISO'd on the strong side is Martel. Banke-Babona gives it back to Weigel. Pushing forward on 2nd down. It's going to be short of a first down, but it'll be about a yard. And given the field position, Tyler, I wager to guess that Alberta's going for it.
Yeah, there will be no hesitation. The big unit's going to come back on the field for Alberta, moving the ball at will essentially here on the ground in this third possession of the football game for Team Alberta. Mr. Weigel, they're doing an absolutely fantastic job of just falling forward, playing underneath his pads and running with authority. See what the play call is here coming out on 3rd and about 1.5 yards. They got some work to do here.
Heavy package in for Alberta. Banke-Babona gives it back to Weigel, and he'll push forward, but there's a loose football. I think Alberta got back on it.
Oh, what a fortunate bounce and a Johnny-on-the-spot moment there by, is that number 10? That's the quarterback out there?
He's got the ball in his hands.
What a play.
Banke-Babona.
What a play by Banke-Babona to go get that. We have a Saskatchewan defensive player down and injured on this play, but what a play, heads-up play by QB1 to live to see another fresh set of downs after the fumble by Weigel. That ball just kind of floats. You'll see a good look here on the replay at home. It's going to be a run play to the strong side of the field. Weigel bounces this one outside. Ball comes out.
Yeah, I think Excuse me, Tyler.
Go
I think he actually pushed that off his own player's arm by accident, off of Kalen Reed there. And yes, Banke Babona is saving his squad there by jumping on that football.
Yeah, I mean, they got to slow down Weigel somehow, so I guess the self-inflicted fumble could be one way they want to do it, as Saskatchewan's defensive lineman is getting tended to there by the training staff here as we're at the extended break for the injury. Hopefully the young man is going to be okay. But we're ticking inside of 8 minutes left in this first half, Mike. We have a 1-point football game. Absolutely what we expected. Two powerhouse provinces out here in southern Winnipeg at Savitel Mustangs Field playing for gold in the Under-16 Western Challenge, live on Football Canada's YouTube page.
Absolutely. An absolute thriller going down in Winnipeg.
It looks like it's big number 99 for Team Saskatchewan.
And just going back to the history between these two sides, 2022 Western Challenge final, Saskatchewan over, it was BC in that final, 22-10. 2023 championship game, again Saskatchewan and BC, but as of late it's been the rivalry between Alberta and Saskatchewan that has been on full display, including last year.
The Saskatchewan defender is going to get helped off the field with the assistance of a couple of teammates. Alberta is going to come out of this extended injury timeout. 1st and 10 on the Team Saskatchewan 30-yard line. We'll see if they stick to the ground or, they, like you said earlier, Mike, isolation coverage there on Martel to the wide side left of the formation.
Banke Babona calling the signals here. Going to give it back to Weigel. Stood up, short gain, if anything. Saskatchewan front stepping up. Multiple players in to make the stop, including Wyatt Senek. 2nd and about 8 for Alberta.
Yeah, good job there by the entirety of the Team Saskatchewan defense, rallying up to that football and limiting that carry by Weigel to only a couple. Going to be 2nd and 8 here. We'll see what the play call is if they decide to stick on the ground with Weigel or get out on the perimeter and try to throw this one downfield.
Split backs once again. Martel is ISO'd to the field side. Now motioning that way is Nick Potts. And also surging out Michael Lorenzen. It goes to Lorenzen, but not much. Saskatchewan secondary right there to halt that one for a short gain. Hugh Ross first in to make the play.
Yeah, really good job by Hugh Ross coming down from his free safety position to limit that gain to only about 5. It's going to be 3rd and a long 2 here, as you just see the flat route by the H-back coming out of the backfield. And there's the aforementioned free safety and Ross coming downhill to limit that gain. And now we are in for another 3rd down here. About 3rd and 2, 3rd and 2.5, excuse me.
Banke Babona under center. Weigel in behind him. A little bit of motion. Fake on the sweep. Weigel takes the carry, and that should be enough for the first down. Jet sweep motion. Faked it to Kenzie Robertson.
And it is
dished
enough.
it to Weigel, and once again, the big man gets the first.
Yeah, I mean, this formation and that look has worked absolutely flawlessly for Team Alberta. You get that jet motion coming underneath, protect the football, give it to your big back in the backfield. Great job by the big boys up front to open up that hole. Just enough to move the chains for Team Alberta.
Banke Babona, Weigel, and Michael Lorenzen in the backfield and the split back look. Again, it's going to be a handoff to Weigel. Stop for a short gain on 1st down.
Yeah, Saskatchewan's defense is starting to really stiffen up to that 1st down run play to Weigel up the gut. They're getting a little sick and tired of the big busted runs, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9 yards on the chunk plays. Back-to-back 1st down run plays, only going to limit a couple for Team Alberta. Going to be 2nd and long here, about 8 yards to go, just on the inside of the Team Saskatchewan 20, inside the red zone.
Brandon Arabejo making the tackle. Alberta with trips to the field side. Weigel in the backfield. Max protect as Banke Babona rolls to his left.
Gonna be short for sure. It's gonna be a matter of how far away he's gonna be here. They're gonna be about 3rd and 6, maybe even close to 3rd and 7. So the field goal team will be coming out onto the field here. Alberta's gonna try to kick a 23-ish yard field goal to take the lead here late in the second quarter.
Lining up for the kick, David Crash-Enescu,
The lefty.
D lineman out of Edmonton.
There is an onside player to the field side right here, so something to keep an eye on. Saskatchewan is well aware of this.
The holder is Bastien Pascal. The kick is no good.
Plenty of leg, just did not keep that one inside the upright. Going to result in a single point, and we are knotted up at 9 with 4.5 minutes remaining here in this opening half, and Xavier Gatton is set to come back on the field and try to take this lead back for Team Saskatchewan, as Alberta has answered the 9-0 lead with 9 points of their own as we're knotted up here in Winnipeg.
Xavier Gatton, 5'11" pivot on of the Riffle Royals out there in Regina. Calling the shots. Single back to his right. Lucas Hawley trips to the field side. It is going to be Hawley. Gain of about 2 brought down there. Multiple Alberta defenders, including Noah Graff, making the stop.
Great job there by the big boys up front for Team Saskatchewan. Going to get 4 yards, set up second and manageable here. Coming out on their own 39-yard line, Mike. 2nd and 6 here.
Hawley in the backfield with Gatton. Quads to the field side. It's going to be a screen pass. Continuing to push forward, going to be about a yard short. Ashton Humfan, it looked like he was dead to rights for maybe a gain of 2 or 3. Kept those legs churning. Saskatchewan going to go for it here on 3rd and less than a yard, Tyler.
What an effort there by Humfan. We're going to get a good look here on the replay. Going to be a screen. Alberta brought some pressure. 33 for Saskatchewan. Does a good job of just carrying bodies for about 4 additional yards. Going to be 3rd and a full yard here. Saskatchewan has brought in a couple big bodies from the offensive line.
Gatton under center. All kinds of motion from Saskatchewan. Handed off. One player had a chance in the backfield. I believe that was Kale Senecal, who had a shot, but pushing forward for a first down. Saskatchewan keeping this drive going. Lucas Hawley getting the job done.
Yeah, a couple defensive linemen for Alberta just cleaned through that offensive line, had an absolute opportunity. But nonetheless, Saskatchewan's going to do enough. Get about 4 on that 3rd and 1. Fresh set for Xavier Gatton here coming out of the 3-minute warning.
Gatton back to pass.
Oh, wow.
He's got a man open. And then some still on his feet. Aiden Yildiz all the way home. Touchdown, Saskatchewan.
Holy moly, was he open by a mile. What a route. We're going to have to see on the replay what happened in the coverage for Team Alberta. Nonetheless, Xavier Gatton finds an open receiver. 6 points. Saskatchewan retakes the lead. We see it here on the replay. Gatton just like, oh, whoa, my boy's free and clear. Look at that. Nobody within an area code of him. And he takes the rest on his own for the major.
Aiden Yildiz showcasing that speed. It was on full display as well against BC. And the Regina product finds pay dirt to give Saskatchewan back the lead. Remember the name, Aiden Yildiz, on a great ball from Xavier Gatton.
Absolutely picture perfect throw there from Gatton to find his boy free and clear in behind the bust in coverage from Team Alberta. Saskatchewan answers the 9 points unanswered from Alberta with a touchdown to retake this lead. We got a 16-9 football game. 16-9 football game here. We'll get that scoreboard updated at home for the viewers. It is indeed 16-9 for Team Saskatchewan. Hey, look at that. Right on cue. Great job on that drive for Team Saskatchewan. Alberta's going to have 2.5 minutes, plenty of time here to march and answer before the halftime break. We'll see what the decision will be, still without their weapon in Ryland Park. Not sure if he's going to be able to come back into this football game as he remains in the tent. They're going to kick this one away from Money Martel.
Kieran McCullough with a booming kick. That one fielded just outside the 20, brought all the way up to the 35-yard line. That's where Alberta will start this possession. Solid return from Malachi Polishin.
Yeah, great job there by Polishin just to catch that ball in the air and get going north and south. Great field position here for Team Alberta. 35-yard line on the right hash. Field side left, strong side open for the left-handed quarterback.
A little bit of southpaw swagger from Davin Banke-Babona. What has he got in the toolbox here on first down? Looking to get back to a tie here going into the break. That one complete right on the spot for Saskatchewan after a gain of about 6.
Just a timing sit-down route to his boy in Martel. Off coverage by Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan's going to play a lot of cover 3. That's what they're known for. Corner dropped off into that deep third. Took the underneath sit route. Got about 7. Going to be 2nd down and 3. Martel is isolated outside one-on-one to the wide side left.
Finley Governor making the tackle. Saskatchewan 5 on the line on 2nd down, and it's going to be short as they stuff the line of scrimmage, denying Alberta of a first down in on the tackle. Jonas Krogsgaard, who had that big hit earlier.
Yeah, great job there by the defensive back for Team Alberta, Team Saskatchewan, my apologies. Great job to just rally up, limit that gain to 4. Going to be 3rd and a yard. Big boys back on the field here for Team Alberta. Pivotal 3rd down here. They need the full yard, Mike.
Huge play at the end of the first half. Less than 2 minutes and counting. Banke-Babona under center. Going to give it to the big man up in the backfield. That time it was Michael Lorenzen, the 5'8", 175-pounder out of Morinville. He gets enough for the first down on that misdirection counter play. And again, Alberta's shown a lot of different looks. That jet sweep keeping the defense honest.
That's a good little motion to run in that short area situation. We'll see if they end up ever giving that jet sweep motion, but nonetheless, Saskatchewan has to honor it, right? There is a guy coming against the grain. You got to make sure he's accounted for. And yeah, Mr. Weigel here is not on the field for Team Alberta. Doesn't mean anything. It could just be the other possession here as we're going to get a drop pass from Banke-Babona. He's taking a shot.
He's got a man! Oh, just out of the reach of the intended target. Nick Potts, who had a step on his defender, goes just incomplete.
Just the wheel route from the number 2 receiver to the wide side of the field. Little bit of a missed ball there, just out of the outstretched fingertips, as Mike alluded to. Really, really good ball placement from Banke-Babona, just a little bit too far.
2nd and 10 from the Alberta 50. Split backs. Banke-Babona gets the receivers in motion. Drops back. And that one just a bit too strong. 2 plays in a row. He had Nick Potts open. Just could not connect at the first down marker.
You know what I really like about this after this play, Mike, is Banke-Babona running to his receiver after the 2 drops, telling him he's all good, telling him he's got his back. He'll come back to him. Yeah, that was a drop. It is what it is. You're going to have drops in football games. Going to result in a 3rd down. That's football, ladies and gentlemen. We're playing football out here this afternoon. It's going to result here in, well, they're going to line up for a quote-unquote field goal, but this is going to essentially be a punt.
Yeah, we saw this.
Not the first time we've seen
we
this.
saw this twice against BC, where Alberta lined up from long distance in field goal formation, and then
I mean, this would be an impressive, 67-yard field goal.
Again, though, you got to keep the defense honest. And I actually, the first time they went with that look, similar situation, Tyler, where the kick ended up going, I believe, down to the 1 yard line.
Yeah, it was a perfect bounce. Yeah. That's 100% correct. Obviously, they have a little bit more confidence in their place kicker than they do their punter. This is just a good way to work around that. It's an elongated punt. It's just in a different situation here. They have the onside player to that wide side who was hustling with a full head of steam. Great job by the Saskatchewan returner to just rally up and maintain possession here. You got 61 seconds before the break. Saskatchewan's going to look to build on that 7-point lead.
Xavier Gatton calling the shots for Saskatchewan, coming off of a touchdown drive. Long major on that most recent possession to Aiden Yildiz.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a late flag thrown on this one.
It's unfortunate. It's going to be pass interference, Mike, but he just didn't need to do it. The defensive back for Team Saskatchewan Team Alberta coming downhill, making contact with number 80 for Saskatchewan, bumping him off of his line. Going to result in 15 free yards here for Team Saskatchewan, only burning 6 seconds off the clock on that play. It is what it is. Bit of a blunder there in the defensive secondary for Team Alberta, but they will adjust and survive and move on to the next play.
Ball moved up to the 25-yard line, to the 30-yard line following that pass interference call. Gatton gives that one back to the back, Lucas Hawley. Short gain. I think that will go as a pass for about maybe a yard.
Yeah, good job there by the interior of the Alberta defense, not giving anything there. Going to be about a yard. You're correct there, Mike. Inside handoff with a little extracurricular motion in the backfield. Going to be 2nd and 9 here for Team Saskatchewan as we tick inside of 40 seconds after the snap of this football.
Gatton going to hand it off again. Nice cut. Surging ahead. Going to be about a yard, maybe a yard and a half short of the first down is Hoomfan.
It's going to be 3rd and a yard. I'm curious as to see if anybody will take a timeout here. This is a 3rd down, likely going to be a gamble situation for Team Saskatchewan. But if Alberta takes a timeout, gets a stop, instantaneous field position, we'll see what happens as this clock will indeed run. So we're closing in on the halftime break here. We got 20 seconds, under 20 seconds on the clock after the snap of this football. It will be 3rd and 1. Saskatchewan has work to do here.
Gatton under center. Flag. So there was early movement. First down for Saskatchewan, but we'll wait for the call from the officials as Hawley pushed that one forward. But again, there was a little bit of early movement up front.
I think it's going to be offside on the defensive line for Team Saskatchewan. Not going to matter too much as we only have 6 seconds left here in the first half. A very quick moving first half in comparison to the first half of the bronze medal game we had earlier that went north of 90 minutes. This one in line to end right at about an hour, which is about right on pace for these 12-minute quarters here at the Under-16 Western Challenge.
Offside, I believe, was on Alberta.
Yeah.
That is going to not matter on this play. Gatton.
Take a shot.
Again, single back. We'll see what they do. Last play of the first half. Going to fake the handoff. Gatton rolling to his right. Keeps his eyes downfield, looking for a man, and just over the head of Hoomfan. And that's going to do it for the first half. We got a great one going here, Tyler. 16-9 for the 4-time defending champs going into the break.
See you in 15.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. Collarbone, shoulder. Pardon me? Alberta. Who am I? I am the technical director for football Alberta.
Oh, yeah.
I can go talk to them if I have to.
Yeah, I would because I've got
You have what? Oh,
personal health information.
Okay.
I have to deal with that.
I understand. No problem at all.
What did you find out? Are they ready to go out though?
Yeah.
You might give less. Although you can bake it, you can fly home.
Yeah. So the kids' parents were here, so they just took them already. Took them to the hospital. Yeah. Only $30 please.
Hey, horseshoe it up. Go horseshoe boys, come on. Devin, where you want to kick?
I am not willing to believe that we are only one center better than Alberta. I am not willing to believe that we do not have another team. I believe that you need to play in the past. You are doing good. You can do that. That's who we are. That's who we home like that. You're like that good spot. You're like that good spot. Yeah, buddy. You run your ass into the ground. We have to down. It's our today. It's our home. It's our time. It's our fucking day. Don't let it slip away. You fucking want them enough. You can't. There's a AAA, AA.
Back here at the U16 Western Challenge gold medal game, Mike Still and 2014 Hardy Cup champion Tyler Fabry. One-score football game. These two powerhouses living up to the bill as we get set for second half action. Saskatchewan going to take possession, fielding this one at the 20 up to the 25 and nothing more. A bevy of Alberta defenders in on the stop as that return taken by number 8. Tyler's pointing at me.
No, you're good.
Up by the 25-yard line, and then multiple defenders, Cale Seneca as well as Preston Lutchman in to make the stop.
Yeah, expect to see some high energy here as the benches were jawing indirectly at each other. A couple leaders on each team going in saying, we're better than them, they're not better than us. Play action pass here from Gatton. A little bit in behind the intended receiver, but Team Saskatchewan went off first. We're a touchdown better than Alberta. Blah, blah, rah, rah. Team Alberta answers back. No, we ain't getting disrespected. The kick cover team for Alberta coming downhill with authority here to open up the second half of this football game, Mike. First down going to be incomplete, going to be 2nd and 10 as Xavier Gatton remains in the shotgun at the quarterback position.
Kaimani Forsyth was on that return for Sask as another play action and a first down. Well-oiled machine offensively, looking very much in sync on that play. First down, Dylan Ward with the grab on a dime from Xavier Gatton. And I was talking to Brian Doby, 29-year head coach for the Bisons, a legend in the country, just recently retired, and he was really impressed by the play of both quarterbacks, but especially Gatton, the way he's able to run this offense, his timing out there near perfection. Fresh set, once again going RPO, looking for a man. It's double coverage, he got it! Oh my goodness! What a grab!
Oh, wow. Cover 2-man from Team Alberta for the second play in a row. Go ball route up the short side of the field. Absolute dunk by number 16.
Dylan Ward! Show him how you do it, Tyler! Over top of the helmet of Braden Marwick. First down, Sask. What a play!
What an unbelievable throw. What an effort by the receiver in Ward to go up over top of his corner. First down run, 2 yards, irrelevant. Wow, what a catch. There's going to be a flag on the play here as we are able to catch our breath upstairs, but oh my. This one's going to go against Alberta. Looks like it's in the territory of offsides. So Saskatchewan moves a little quick, gets the free play there. Holy moly, what a ball.
Incredible accuracy from Gatton to fill that one into a tight area, but an even better grab from Dylan Ward. 2 huge receptions to start the second half. Saskatchewan moving on their first drive of the second half. Once again, going with that read option look, swinging it out to the flats. And that one grabbed by Aiden Yildiz had that deep major, Tyler, in the first half to give Sask back the lead.
Yeah, he was far and away in behind coverage. This time just going to be that whiff motion coming back against the grain. Ball's going to be back and a little bit in behind him. Gatton's going to want that one back. Going to only net about a yard. Going to be 2nd and 4, likely 3 down territory as Sask looks to build off of that 7-point lead and that absolute dunk that we saw 2 plays earlier.
Handoff, pushing ahead, going to be short of the first down as Lucas Howley churns his legs forward. Alberta's front coming in to make the stop. Going to be 3rd and about 2.
the big boy coming on the field, going to be short yardage. Just want to shout out number 15 for Saskatchewan. He's playing get-back coach for his offensive coordinator here on the sidelines, making sure his coaching staff doesn't get a penalty. It just comes in nice and gingerly, grabs the shirt, and just gives a little tug towards his coach here. But nonetheless, going to be third and about 2.5 here, Mike. So they got work to do here on this third down conversion.
Gatton going to the sideline to talk it through with the Saskatchewan coaching staff. Boy, has he been spectacular in this game and all weekend long, Xavier Gatton.
Yeah, his delivery is special, as you mentioned there. Coach Doby is very impressed by the young man out here for Team Saskatchewan. He's got fast, quick delivery, good decision with his eyes, can throw absolute dots. We'll see what the play call is here on 3rd and 3. Likely going to keep this one on the ground. Big play here for Team Alberta. If they can get a stop here and get the ball going the other way, we might be tied up before anybody knows it.
Gatton was also a member of Saskatchewan's roster at the 2024 Western Challenge. So he has that experience, and interestingly enough, certainly somebody that has...
Oh, what an effort. Oh, what an effort indeed. He's going to get there. Dead to rights in the backfield is going to be able to fall forward. Number 21 for Team Saskatchewan. It's going to be tight. They might have to bring the sticks out and measure as they're taking a look at it now, but he had no business, and I repeat, no business with 4 white jerseys in his face. Does enough all on his own, moves the sticks. Fresh set of downs as this opening drive for Team Saskatchewan continues after the 3rd down conversion. Gatton under center.
Gatton, the offensive player of the game in Saskatchewan's victory over BC. He's rolling to his right. Pressure in his face. There's going to be a roughing the passer call at the end of it, and he still gets that one off. Once again, it's Aiden Yildiz, and Gatton continues to impress, Tyler.
Very, very good job. Play action. Did not have a whole lot of help on that boot. Does exactly what he needs to do and finds his open receiver. Takes a pop at the end. Going to be a bit of a ticky-tacky timing, roughing the passer penalty. Nonetheless, not going to matter. Going to be 15 additional yards. Saskatchewan is going to be 1st and goal here. Great opening drive of this 3rd quarter for Team Saskatchewan. Going to be 1st and goal from the 2.
Taking a hit, making a play, adding on the extra yardage for the roughing the passer call. Gatton and Saskatchewan looking to add to their lead. Flag on the play, early movement as that one stopped for a loss, getting into the backfield.
This has offside on the defense written all over it.
Cale Senecal stepped up, but it's going to be offside on Alberta.
And here comes the big body for Team Saskatchewan once again. We're going to see the jumbo package. Alberta's going to respond with a couple of big boys themselves. It's going to be 1st and goal from about the 1.5.
That joker package, the jumbo formation for Saskatchewan. Stepping into the game, big number 67, Rylan Lethbridge, pushing the scales at 6'4", 250, out of the Assiniboia Rockets minor football program. Developed some great prospects, including most recently Derek Bobby, and now playing for the Saskatchewan Huskies.
What a fill.
Trying to get that one into the end zone, pushing forward, but no dice. Camilo Evangelista and Cale Seneca both in to make the stop.
Great job by those aforementioned players there, Mike, as you'll get a good look here on the replay. Open hole, but filled in a hurry by the blue and white jerseys of Team Alberta. 2nd down, goal to go, 1 yard line. We'll see if they drop back and hand this one off or go quarterback sneak.
Gatton under center. He's going to go in himself, try to make it. No! Stuffed! Absolutely not in on the tackle. Hayden Troy out of the Leduc Ticats.
What a stop. This stand is going to be absolutely pivotal for Team Alberta. Back-to-back plays. Nothing going for Gatton up the middle. Fully stuffed, tries to bounce it, meets a plethora of Alberta defenders out there. Third down, goal to go, yard and a half away from pay dirt.
Gatton under center. Hands it off, trying to get outside. I don't think he got there, Tyler.
No, he did not. What a play by Team Alberta. Number 11, the heart and soul of that Alberta defense, stands up tall.
Kalen Reed, big stuff. Alberta takes over on the third down.
What a play. 11 was the defender who took the unnecessary roughness penalty a handful of plays ago, but he plays the hero on third down with a plethora of teammates. Absolutely monumental stop for Team Alberta, who is obviously now in the shadow of their own goalpost, scrimmaging from the 1 yard line.
Banke Babona, shotgun formation, split backs. He's going to hand it off, and that's going to be a safety.
Wow. 41.
And that was a huge stuff by Malik King and friends in the backfield, in the end zone. Malik King, sensational against BC. Once again, stepping up, waving to his defensive coaches in the booth. Huge
Coach Dobie's joined us in the booth asking who's making tackles here in the backfield. But holy moly, Saskatchewan doesn't get the touchdown. They just say, yeah, we'll get a safety on the next one. Linebackers coming downhill in an absolute hurry with a vengeance. 2 points for the green and white.
We've seen Saskatchewan bring pressure a variety of times, Tyler. They're known for that. They brought the house. And when you're at the shadow of the goal line, they're at the 1 yard line. Absolutely did the job. Huge flip of momentum as Saskatchewan takes an 18-9 lead, Tyler.
What a play by the Saskatchewan defense after Alberta's defense made an absolute play of their own. Off coverage here, going to get the ball out in a hurry. He's going to have some space. Oh, great tackle here by number 20 as one was almost free and clear off to the races. Alberta brought the Sam linebacker on a blitz. Xavier Gatton, saw the blitz, threw the ball right behind it, enough to move the chains, gain of about 15. First and 10 for Team Saskatchewan.
Brinley Dice with the reception on a Sheldon Williams in Regina. Gatton under center. Ashton Humfan is the back, fakes it to him. Now he gets a screen pass out. That's going to be a first down, a late flag for a horse collar tackle on top of that. Another big gain for Dylan Ward, who has been dangerous, Tyler, in the second half, including that highlight reel grab over the helmet of an Alberta defender on the prior drive.
Absolutely. I think this one may be coming back, as it might be a hold or a clip on a different offensive player for Team Saskatchewan. But yeah, like you said there, Mike, 16 in green and white is having a day out here, going after that offensive MVP. But this one will come back 10 yards here. It's going to be first and 20 as we're going to get a hold on Saskatchewan.
Let's do it all over again.
Yeah, why
Tyler.
not? Run it back. Go under center, throw the swing screen. Jailbreak screen out to the boundary. They're going to be in the gun.
Gatton with the single back. Lucas Hawley. Now Humfan also motioning into the backfield. That one is up and caught. Another grab for Yildiz.
How is he finding these receivers open in the tightest of windows? Oh my goodness. Gatton with an absolutely perfectly thrown ball to gain about 12 yards on first down. So get the penalty yardage back in a little bit more. Going to be second and long still. But great ball there by Gatton to find his receiver sitting down in the zone. Very, very tight window throw.
2nd and 8 for Saskatchewan. 3 receivers to the field side. That's where Gatton's going, and he's got his man. It's a first down Second grab of the drive for Brindley Dice. And a little bit of extracurriculars. Alberta's got the football. Caitlin Reed has it, but the whistle had already blown.
Stays down. Great effort there by 11 to try to make that sell for the turnover. Off coverage once again to the strong side of the field. Gatton's going to take that sit-down route all day, every day with that coverage in place. Great job there by the receiver in number 1 to get what he can and move those chains. Saskatchewan converts on 1st and 20 in 2 plays.
Shotgun formation. Single back is Hoomfan. Gatton caught another incredible reception. Good ball once again by Gatton. Dice, third catch of the drive, second catch in a row on the timing route from the QB, Gatton.
Fantastic timing indeed, Mike. Gatton getting that ball out on the top of his drop in stride to his receiver. As you mentioned there, the third time on this possession alone. Great job moving the sticks. If that ball was a little bit more in front, that may have been 6.
Gatton saw Dice right away, read the zone, and delivered that ball. Now there's going to be a handoff to Hoomfan pushing forward. Short gain, that Alberta front stepping up.
Yeah, good job there by the Alberta front, not getting lazy in their run lanes, making sure they're honoring the run game as Gatton has pulled the last handful of balls out. This one's going to be just an inside zone play to the short side of the field here, as it's going to be 2nd and about 8. Saskatchewan in that territory of 3 downs with this 9-point lead, 2.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter.
Gatton under center. Another screen pass, and once again he finds his man. Dylan Ward.
Really good tackle by the field side corner there for Team Alberta to shed his block and limit that gain. Gonna be a 3rd down situation here. And yeah, shocker, 0 hesitation from Team Saskatchewan. Gonna be gambling here, but this is a long 3rd down. This is about 3rd and this is a full 3 yards here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what the play call is here, staying in their regular 5-hour offense. Gatton's going to take this one all on his own. He's got a whole lot of real estate to the short side of the field. Gatton's going to step out of bounds there as he takes that one. Did not see what he liked through the air. Checks down to his feet. Weaves and bobs and dips and dives his way to a 1st down. 1st and goal, Saskatchewan looking to put a stamp on this football game in a near flawless 3rd quarter this team has put up thus far here in southern Winnipeg. 1st and goal from the 5. Saskatchewan has got the big bodies on the field here. They're going to go with that power look to the short side. Motion coming underneath. Going to be a bootleg for Gatton. Looking for his one receiver. He's got him. There it is. There's the touchdown to his favorite target. Xavier Gatton on the money. 24-9. Extra point to come. What a drive from the Saskatchewan offense.
Oh boy, like a well-oiled machine, Tyler. Saskatchewan back in the end zone. We get another look. Play action, rolling to his right. Gotten so dangerous on the run, and he delivers another dime. And who else, Tyler, but Aiden Yildiz for
his
6.
Best friend this afternoon, Aiden Yildiz, having himself a game. 2nd time he's found pay dirt. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Mike. But boy, what a drive. As I was saying, picturesque quarter all the way around for Team Saskatchewan here, moving the ball at will, getting the safety touch, getting the ball back after the safety touch, and just marching it down the throats of Team Alberta, who is now in a hole down 25-9 here with only about 13 minutes and change remaining in this football game. By no means is Alberta out of this game, but this drive is going to be pivotal in how they respond coming out after that touchdown from Gatton.
Tyler, that safety from Saskatchewan. Looms large.
Absolutely it does. The big play by Alberta, getting the stop on the 1, and then Saskatchewan just saying, nah, we're bigger, we're badder. They shut it down on the next play, getting that safety, as you mentioned here, Mike. as you hear the entire Saskatchewan bench chanting "Hit Squad," ready for this kickoff. This one's going to float a little bit down to Money Martel. He's going to take this one on the run. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to try to get to the wide side of the field, unable to do so. Going to fall forward and get to about the 37. So good field position here coming for Team Alberta out of the kick. A minute 14 on the clock here in the third quarter, Mike. We got a game. Alberta needs to respond in order to keep it that way.
Boy, do they ever. This is a huge drive for Team Alberta. And if you're just joining us, Ryland Park, one of the most dangerous receivers, also a returner for Alberta, injured in the first half of this game, has not played since.
Yeah, you got to think it might be a completely different football game if he's on the field. He's an absolute game breaker, Mike. He did it. He showed us on Wednesday how dangerous he is.
Alberta shows blitz. Once again, it's Malik King, who's been in the backfield all day. There's going to be a penalty on the end of this one.
Ooh.
Whoa, what a stick at the end of that as well, near the sideline. Positive yardage for Alberta.
Going to come back on hold.
And it's not going to matter.
Going to come back on a hold, Mike. The left tackle just straight up tackled the defensive end, and he kind of gave him a little extra at the end, too, for some reason. A little bit of a decision on that part. But, yeah, look at the just absolute thunderous hit late at the end of that one. All for naught, as this one's going to back Team Alberta up. It's going to be first down, 20 yards to go. Big possession here for the boys in blue and white from the mountains in Alberta.
Haven't seen as much of Weigel in the third quarter so far from Alberta.
Barely been on the field.
Yeah, we'll see what Alberta draws up, as it is Weigel who is the single back on this play. Trips to the field side. Banke Babona back to pass. The lefty's going deep. He's got a man! Just a little bit too long. Martel was open, but just a little bit too strong. Needed just a little bit more hang time. Incomplete. Second down, Alberta.
Bust in coverage for sure for Team Saskatchewan, as there was nobody remotely close to Martel. Unfortunately, Ben Capabona overthrows that one by a few yards. Going to give Saskatchewan a break where they did not need one. That could have brought Alberta right back into this football game. Unfortunately, it's going to fall incomplete. Alberta's going to scrimmage 2nd and 20.
Sask once again shows a pressure look. Malik King again lining up, blitzing. Banke Bona gets away from the initial surge, throws it up, incomplete. Broken up brilliantly by Jonas Krogsgaard, who's been all over the field today, Tyler.
Absolutely, he has. Coach Filippelli thinks he was early. He might have an argument. Nonetheless, what a play by number 19.
We'll take another look here, Tyler.
Just timing that one
Yeah,
up.
bang, bang at the end.
Perfectly executed by the young man wearing number 19 for the green and white. Alberta is going to be going into the fourth quarter, 3rd and 20, down 25-9. Mike, 2-possession football game, not over by any means, but as you said, that safety is looming large here after that perfectly executed third quarter by the Prairie Boys from Saskatchewan.
Tyler, that's the story. Alberta with the third down stop. They get the ball at their 1-yard line. The very first play of the drive, Saskatchewan gets the safety. They follow that up shortly after with a touchdown. That is the story of this game.
Absolutely.
One-score game prior to that. And the Saskatchewan defense stepping up. The offense answers shortly thereafter.
Saskatchewan's out here just showing why they've won this championship 4 years in a row, right? They're so well coached. They're so athletic. They're so physical. They come downhill with authority. The line of scrimmage has been dominated for the most part by Team Saskatchewan here this afternoon. But like you said, Mike, that safety touch resulting in that touchdown right soon after is absolutely pivotal to where we sit going into the fourth quarter here.
Alberta is set to punt. Saskatchewan has 2 returners back right around midfield.
Can't imagine we're in fake territory here at 3rd and 20.
I would absolutely not. I'd wager to guess that that's going to be
No
a no.
chance.
Punt is away.
Surprised they didn't line up for a 90-yard field goal attempt there.
Returning this one, Kieran McCullough
Ooh, good spin.
gets away from the first defender, dragged down just past the 50, and Saskatchewan will start in Alberta territory, looking to potentially put this one to bed. The 4-time defending champs looking for the 5-peat, Tyler.
They're showing why, Mike. They're showing why they are the class of the West. The province of Saskatchewan has done it right year in and year out for the better part of 20-plus years over this last little while here. Saskatchewan is doing everything that they do, and they are doing it so well. Alberta has played a relatively good football game. Saskatchewan has just been better.
It has been a great showcase of talent this game and all weekend long. Short gain, back only to the line of scrimmage. That Alberta front doing a great job in on the tackle. Noah Graff with assistance. No gain.
Yeah, almost right on cue. Team Alberta says, yeah, well, we're here to play too, all right? So they get in 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on defense. They're rallying up to take the TFL here. Going to be second down, 11 yards to go for Team Saskatchewan. Likely 3-down territory.
See what Xavier Gatton has in store. It's going to be another handoff. It's Humfan pushing, continuing to surge. Close to a first down. Probably going to be about a yard short.
This is a confident football team, and that is a confident football team play call. Second down and 12. We're running inside zone, down your throats, and we're getting 11. We're going to set up a 3rd down and 1. Ashton Humfan ran over bodies in order to move for the gain of about 10 and set his boys up here on 3rd and short.
Lucas Hawley as well as Ashton Humfan have been churning those legs all day long, and this time it's Gatton getting enough for the first down as the jumbo package in for Saskatchewan, and they get the job done.
Yeah, quarterback sneak, let the big boys up front do what they have done best all afternoon, and that is displace bodies for Team Alberta. Great job there by the entirety of that offensive line for Team Saskatchewan to just move people, just body people. Continue this drive here as Xavier Gatton back in the shotgun, single back, shaded to his right hip.
Gonna hand it off. Moving forward for a couple, taken down by, once again, Noah Graff, who's been in on a variety of tackles in this game. Pushing forward was Lucas Hawley for a gain of around 3. As Saskatchewan continues to just run this clock down, 9:20 and counting to go in the 4th quarter.
That's exactly it, Mike. Running the ball over and over at 4 or 5 yards a pop, that clock is going to be a factor, right? The clock continues to move. We're inside of 9 minutes. Not a whole lot of football left here if Saskatchewan can keep drives together like this.
Gatton's going to go.
Nope.
Deep, did he? Oh, almost. Great effort. Aiden Yildiz, who has been absolutely phenomenal all game, all weekend. Nearly came up with that one. Incomplete. 3rd down, and Saski's going to go for it here. Why not, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why not to. You're on the 30-yard line. Fringe, you're not going to kick a 40-yard field goal here. You may as well go for it. That would have been an absolutely spectacular catch and on brand for what we've seen here in this entirety of the tournament. But yeah, nonetheless, that one's going to fall incomplete. Gatton's going to come under center.
Gatton fakes the handoff. He's trying to get a screen going. It wasn't there. Alberta trying to take him down. He somehow gets it away. Nearly found Yildiz. Oh my goodness.
That was a double move.
Absolutely. Sure. Alberta read that one perfectly, though, Tyler.
Yes.
They've been running that screen pass over and over off of that RPO look. And that time, Alberta knew exactly what was coming. Great job by that defense.
100%, Mike. That was a very well executed defensive play as that jail screen to the wide side of the field was capped. The go route on the double move also capped. Somehow, some way, Gatton gets that off, and it's a catchable football. It ends up falling incomplete. Turnover on downs. 8.5 minutes remaining here in this football game. Alberta needs 6 on this drive to stay in it, Mike.
Humongous drive for Alberta. It's Banke Babona who's been calling the shots all game for Alberta, QB1. What does he have up his sleeve? It's going to be a handoff and nothing there.
Miscommunication.
Ran into his own man. Tough one for Weigel, who's had a great weekend as well, but that one is going to be a loss.
Yeah, Weigel's been a very talented running back, was doing great things in the first half, has not had too many touches here in the second half. Unfortunately, the timing going to be a little off by the slot receiver there. Coming on the split zone look, he's going to run into him. Net gain of 0. We're going to have 2nd and 10 here for Team Alberta. And as I mentioned, Mike, points needed on this drive.
Malik King once again at that middle linebacker spot showing pressure. He is going to come off the edge. It's King. He can't get there. Getting away was Banke Babona. He'll be short of the first down. But Tyler, we've seen middle linebacker Malik King bring pressure early and often throughout this whole tournament. Almost got to Banke Babona again.
Absolutely. He has been an absolute ball hawk on the defense for Saskatchewan. Great job there by Banke Babona to just kind of give him a little head and shoulders, enough to break contain. Gonna get 5. Alberta obviously in 3-down territory here as this clock ticks close to 7 minutes remaining in this football game. Big play here for Team Alberta to stay in this football game as well here, Mike. We'll see what's dialed up for Coach Filippelli and the staff.
Banke Babona back to pass. That one caught with one hand at the first down marker.
Close. That's going to be really
It's going to depend on the spot. What a clutch play from Ben Bourgeois.
Fantastic catch by Bourgeois. Early signal first down. Great job. Wow, that ball was delivered with some absolute pepper coming off the left hand of Banke Babona. Great concentration by the receiver for Alberta to move the sticks. First down, blue and white.
Banke Babona had pressure. 3 guys coming at him. No problem. Calm and collected. Finds his receiver, Bourgeois, who makes a spectacular catch on the other end. First down, Alberta. See what they can draw up. Once again, jet sweep. They go with the fake. Banke Babona, single coverage!
We did!
Yes!
Oh, we did!
He's got it!
Oh, my goodness!
First down, Alberta!
Sonny Martel! Are you kidding me? With a man in his kitchen, Banke Babona drops a dot onto Martel for 40 yards!
Jacob, show me the money. What a play! Let's look at it again. You got the DB back at the first down marker.
Takes a pop.
One-on-one, stride for stride. It's good coverage, but it's a better catch. And what a ball by Banke Babona. Outstretched right into the hands of his favorite target, Money Martel.
That was stupid.
Banke Babona is going to throw again. That one caught by Bourgeois. Solid gain on first down of 5. Whew, I'm still in awe at what we just saw, Tyler.
That was absolutely insanity from Jacob Martel. Banke Babona with a player from Saskatchewan all up in his grill. Delivers a strike in a pivotal moment for the boys in blue from Alberta. That catch from Martel was absolutely ridiculous. Go ahead and clip that one, Wiz. My gosh.
We got an injured Sask player. Can we throw up the grab again by Martel? Let's run that one back one more time while we have a second here. That was absolutely phenomenal. Game on the line. Gold medal on the line. 5.5 to play. What a catch. But again, what a throw from Banke Babona. The defender was right there, dropping back near the first down marker into that cover 3 look. And stride for stride, it didn't matter. Banke Babona drew up an absolutely perfect pass. Let's look at it again. The lefty with a man right in his grill tosses it up, and then on the other end, Money Martel, Jacob Martel, showing him how it's done. Shout out the Calgary Wildcats. Whoo, man, that was impressive.
Just the fact that he did that with his hands only, drop that in the bucket. What a ball.
Empty backfield. Southpaw swagger. Here's Banke Babona. First down. Down the sideline. Reception made by Nick Potts as Banke Babona once again on the money.
Great job there getting their athletic quarterback on the roll for Team Alberta. Ben Capabona finding the off coverage wide side receiver sitting down in that zone. Does a good job to move the sticks. Alberta's going to be 1st and 10 as this clock gets dangerously low, clicking into the 5-minute territory here, Mike.
What a drive from Alberta, converting on 3rd down. Ben Capabona finding 3 different receivers on this drive. He's going to pass again. He was looking to the end zone. Instead, he goes short to Martel. Great catch as Martel climbed the ladder to make that one. Ben Capabona was originally looking for Kenzie Robertson in the end zone. Switched it up, got it to Martel. Gain of 8. Great job checking it down, setting it up 2nd and manageable, Tyler.
Yeah, absolutely. Another great possession catch by Martel to be able to pull that one in on the wide side of the field after he was the secondary read from Ben Capabona there. Going to be 2nd and short here as we are going to get a timeout
from Alberta. Or excuse me, from Alberta.
Alberta.
Smart decision from the coaching staff.
Settle things down a bit, right?
Absolutely. You don't want the adrenaline pumping too high, making a mistake, trying to go for too much too quickly. Again, we've got 4.5 to play. You got to think when Saskatchewan comes back out here, they might try to just churn out this clock with that elite run game we've seen throughout the entire tournament. Great shot of Alberta head coach Jordan Filippelli.
Yeah, he's mad. He was not happy with something. I'm not sure what exactly he was upset about, but he was given an earful to the officiating staff there, trying to get an explanation on something. Nonetheless, coming out of this timeout, it'll be 2nd and short. But yeah, Mike, 4.5 minutes remain here in this football game. 2 converted 2-point conversion touchdowns away. 16-point deficit here for Alberta, as this clock will become a factor if they don't get in the end zone quick, and then onside decision territory coming after, assuming they score, excuse me.
Ben Capabona with Weigel in the backfield. Ben Capabona takes it to the left. He's got space. He makes one man miss. He spins around and he's in. Touchdown, Davin Ben Capabona.
What a fantastic play by the quarterback for the Alberta football team here. Zone read, good decision to pull. The defensive end crashes down. Ben Capabona pulls it, comes in behind, makes one miss, and then he spins off the other. 6 points, Alberta. Big 2-point play here coming on deck.
Tyler, Alberta started this tournament with a Ben Capabona rushing touchdown.
Similar to that in the same spot.
And now, once again, he gets it done. Southpaw swagger, and now Alberta is going for 2. To make this an 8-point game, they would need another score and another 2-point convert. But in order to get there, they got to get this first. Ben Capabona back to pass. He's going up deep in the end zone. Oh my God! He's got it! He got it! What a grab! Nick Potts!
Oh my goodness! I thought he threw that to nobody! I didn't see a receiver in the vicinity! And then here comes Potts! One-hands this football for a massive 2-point conversion! We're going to get a great look here. Ben Capabona puts air on this football. And oh my God! What a reception!
He takes the right hand, Tyler. The left hand was unavailable. One hand is all he needs. Nick Potts, make a name for yourself, young man. What a grab!
Holy moly, Nick Potts. What a play for the 2-point conversion. Wow. By no means does Alberta have to kick an onside here. They have lots of time left in this football game, but Saskatchewan is fully prepared for the onside kick if it is indeed set to come. Holy my word, what a stretch of completions for Ben Capabona.
Nick Potts with a huge grab. Jacob Martel making plays. Ben Bourgeois with the 3rd down conversion. All off of the arm of the lefty Davin Ben Capabona, who got it going with the major on the ground. Don't go anywhere. 4:21 to play in the 4th. It's a 1-score football game in the gold medal matchup of the U16 Western Challenge.
That was absolutely filthy. Holy moly, did I think he overthrew that football by a mile. No, it was not. Gonna be a completion. 2 points on the board. Saskatchewan recovers the short kick. Alberta needs a 2-and-out.
Ben Bourgeois with a one-handed grab on third down. And Nick Potts says, all right, I'll do you one better. One-hander in the end zone for the 2-point convert. But Sask back out on offense with that lethal ground game and a solid carry on first down from Ashton Humfan.
Great job by Humfan, just going north and south, reading the blocks of the big boys up front. Gonna get about 7 on first down. Fantastic production from Team Saskatchewan here. Great job by the big boys up front. Big play coming for Team Alberta to try to get this ball back into Ben Capobona's hands.
Gatton gives it to Humfan again. He cuts it up, first down and more. Still on his feet. Humfan journeying all the way to the Alberta 40-yard line.
What an absolutely phenomenal run by Ashton Humfan. Great cutback against the grain. Here it is on the replay. Good block by number 64. And then a fantastic jump cut to gain another 10 yards. Ashton Humfan, have yourself an afternoon.
Great block by Rylan Jungworth out of Regina, springing Humfan. Rhett Mikutuk in the backfield. He's been another dangerous ball carrier this weekend. And it is going to be Mikutuk taking it. Short gain. Denied by Toby Okoro. 5'11", 225 under the Calgary Bulldogs.
Great job there by Team Alberta's defense to bounce back as Ashton Humfan is going to check himself back into this football game. Limit that carry to only 2, as you can hear it at home. 3-minute warning. We are in crunch time in an 8-point football game. Alberta moving, clock running. Saskatchewan moving, clock running.
Lucas Hawley's in the backfield with Xavier Gatton. He's going to throw, looking for a man. And that one incomplete. Good job by Gatton to create some extra time. The Alberta coaching staff wanted a holding penalty on that one. I would have to agree, no call was made. Gatton did a good job to keep that play alive. He did find a man downfield, but in and out of the outstretched hands of the intended target. Third down, Saskatchewan. Ball at the Alberta 36-yard line. 3rd and 7.
I love that there was zero hesitation here from Alberta. If they turn it over, it's not that big of a deal. 37-yard line. A lot of field to cover for Team Alberta. I'm going to go ahead and assume they're going to put this one in the air and the arm of Xavier Gatton.
Gatton back to pass, rolls to his right. He's got pressure from Okoro.
What a play!
What a play! Toby Okoro says but there's a late flag. There is a late flag on the field. Toby Okoro did it. Oh, Jordan Filippelli's not happy, Tyler.
It is.
Oh, boy, is he upset on the sideline.
He has every single right to be, because this is not a penalty. Absolutely not. Yeah, he makes contact with his head. It is, boy.
We're going to get another look.
On the replay, he touches his face mask. It is not a foul.
Oh, boy.
You cannot decide a football game like this. Holy moly. This is an absolutely pivotal moment for Team Alberta, and Coach Filippelli has every right to be irate, because this is going to be roughing.
With the football game on the line, gold medal on the line, 3rd down. Alberta thought they had their defense off the field off of a great play by Toby Okoro. He reached his hand down, got his hand on the helmet of Gatton, and the flag was thrown for unnecessary roughness, pushing Saskatchewan all the way up to the 11-yard line of Alberta.
Can't make yourself seen there as an official. You got to let the boys play this football game out. I don't want to get on it and just keep talking, but that is something that you just simply cannot throw. That is not a foul in that situation. Oh boy, first down for Saskatchewan. 2.5 minutes here remaining on the clock in this football game.
Gatton, the single back is the single back is Humfan. He's gonna fake. Now he's going to the end zone. What a catch! down to the 1 yard line. Incredible grab going all the way down to make the play. Another great ball on the RPO from Gatton as he finds Brindley Dice.
What a catch by Brindley Dice indeed. RPO perfectly executed by Xavier Gatton. Ball's going to be placed at the 1 yard line after it's all said and done. Oh my goodness, what a response from Gatton. Calm, cool, and collected. This young man has had an absolute performance here this afternoon.
Gatton gonna hand it off, trying to find the end zone. Can't get there. Alberta's defensive line stuffing that
Here's
at
the
the point of
downside
attack.
to short yardage here, Mike. This clock is going to continue to tick, tick, tick away. Alberta's hopes at a comeback are slipping through their fingers here. 2 plays from the 1 yard line, 1:50 and counting on the clock. Xavier Gatton back under center, 3 receivers to the wide side left. Here comes the motion.
Once again, it was Okoro who made that play on the last
There's the touchdown.
drive,
on
and
the
he's
quarterback
in.
sneak.
Xavier Gatton with emphasis, adding to the Saskatchewan lead late in the 4th quarter. But I would be remiss not to mention the difference-making play on that drive, a penalty called unnecessary roughness. Looked like Alberta was off the field. Instead, Saskatchewan, off a great catch by Brindley Dice, gets to the 1, and then Xavier Gatton finishes off the drive himself.
All the credit in the world goes to get Xavier Gatton and Brindley Dice. Great job on that drive. Xavier Gatton all afternoon has been absolutely phenomenal, but that decision to throw that flag is something that I'm strongly going to believe was not the correct decision in any way, shape, or form. That play was not unnecessary in any I enjoy calling football games, so I'm going to stop talking about it so I don't lose my job, Mike.
Yeah, for sure. At the end of the day, like it's bang bang when you're down there, right?
Of course.
And unless you're in that exact position as the official, it's very difficult to make a judgment call. I mean, you're standing up here. You have the time and opportunity to watch these things back. Hand goes up, of course, hands to the face. Call there.
It is what it is. The decision was made. Saskatchewan did exactly what they needed to do and marched the ball down the field anyway, as the Alberta staff is obviously still trying to get some sort of explanation here from the head official, as it's all going to be for naught. 97 seconds and counting. Saskatchewan in line to claim their 5th 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold medals in a row, as long as this falls exactly how it should with 1.5 minutes remaining in this football game, Mike.
This ball fielded at the 15-yard line. We still have time on the clock, Tyler. There's still 1.5 minutes left in this game. Never say die if you're Alberta. They've shown the ability to get downfield quickly.
Hello.
So excited I can't speak. Davin Bankay-Babona has been lights out this tournament, and he's been able to make big plays happen with ease. We'll see what this offense can do for Alberta. 3 different players made big plays on that last drive. Plenty of options, plenty of weapons. You're in passing territory, there's no doubt about it. Down 15.
Yeah, without a doubt in my mind. Look for Bankay-Babona to look for his boy number 1 in Money Martel, who's isolated in single coverage to the boundary side of the field. I imagine that's where he's going to attack here.
Rolling to his left is Bankay-Babona. He's got a man open, flag on both sides of the field. Getting out of bounds, Ben Bourgeois, who had that great one-handed grab on the 3rd down last time Alberta was on the field.
This is in the territory of defensive or offensive offside, obviously, as the line of scrimmage was the flag. We'll see. It's going to be on Team Alberta. It's going to be offside on the receiving corps. So that reception all for naught. Gonna back Team Alberta up. 84 seconds on the clock here as we tick inside the final few moments in this football game. Very, very tough break if you're from the province of Alberta and a fan of these boys in blue and white on that penalty. Nonetheless, Saskatchewan does what Saskatchewan does and executes flawlessly and scores soon thereafter to regain a 15-point lead.
Bankay-Babona Gets his man in motion. Rolling once again to his left. Thought about running. Takes a second. And then eventually tracked down for minimal yardage. Play made by Brighton Cress.
Yeah, great job there. Obviously, Ben Gababona wanted to throw that one downfield. Saskatchewan's DBs were in a phenomenal position there, not giving up anything. Not giving anything up there in the late stages of this football game, staying assignment sound, as you would expect that from those guys in green and white. Obviously, we've talked about it a handful of times here. Very well coached, very, very talented football program here coming from the province of Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan with 5 on the line. Again, they bring King off the edge. Swing to the outside. Short gain, not much. As that Sask defense tightens up. Matthew Kidd with the tackle. As we reach the final minute of play in the gold medal game, Saskatchewan up by 2 scores. Under 50 seconds away from their 5th straight gold medal at the Western Challenge.
Absolutely. This province continues to show year in and year out at every single level, high school, junior, university, always competitive. Look at what the Regina Rams were able to do at the U Sports level this year, sneaking into the playoffs on the last night, coming into Manitoba and putting on a clinic to beat the 1 seed in the Canada West, taking that all the way to the Hardy Cup and almost beating Laval in Saskatchewan. Here's a deep ball over the middle. What a catch! Over the middle. Alberta's going to fight to the last possible moment. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. Saskatchewan's going to come out, take 2 knees, and going to lift a trophy for the 5th year in a row for the province of Saskatchewan. All the respect in the world to the guys to our right. Very well done, very well coached, very well executed football game all the way around, all 3 facets. And for the first time this afternoon, Mike, we're going to see a different quarterback.
Yep, coming into the game to get these last few snaps, Braden Marwick. Saw him in the first matchup as well against BC. And the coaching staff giving him a chance to come into this game late and ice it with a knee. Takes the snap, goes down. We'll do this one more time. Clock will be running at the whistle.
This will be the final snap. Look for the Gatorade shower to come on the sidelines here for Team Saskatchewan. Like I said, all the respect in the world. Amazing coaching staff here from Team Saskatchewan. Phenomenal game plan and great execution, and absolutely nothing but respect for the team from blue, the team in blue from Team Alberta, led by Coach Filippelli, to do everything they can to stay competitive in this football game. But nonetheless, Saskatchewan reigns supreme. That is a gold medal for the province of Saskatchewan. And there's the Gatorade shower down and to our right. It was more like a nice bucket challenge. Not a whole lot of liquid, a whole lot of ice. That one might have hurt a little bit. That might have hurt. Nonetheless, what a game for Saskatchewan. The boys in green have done it again for the 5th time in a row. Gold belongs to the green and white.
Sask putting the 1 in Saskatchewan here as they make it 5 in a row at the U16 Western Challenge. What a game, Tyler. Absolutely phenomenal. 1-score game all the way till late in the 4th quarter. Alberta doing what they need to do.
It was the safety, right?
Fantastic. That safety, like you mentioned, a humongous storyline in the second half. 1-score game. Alberta's defense stands. They get the ball at their own 1 on the very first play of the next drive. Sask gets a safety, and that was what put momentum in their favor throughout the rest of the second half.
Absolutely tightly contested football game, 7-point game at the break. Saskatchewan comes after a massive stand by Team Alberta to force the turnover on downs at the 1-yard line. Comes back, safety touch on that first play, then takes that ensuing possession and marches it methodical with an absolute highlight reel catch mixed in to take that 9-point lead, and Saskatchewan never looked back.
Saskatchewan and Alberta shaking hands here. Excellent showing between these two sides. Again, we have witnessed the best of the best, exceptional football from all four provinces this weekend, Tyler.
Absolutely.
Amazing bronze medal game as well between Manitoba and BC.
Yes, it was. Hopefully you stuck around for that one earlier on this afternoon. That came down to the wire as well, Mike, and that was a spectacular game for Manitoba and BC.
Blake Day coming in the second half, throwing 2 touchdowns, including the game winner, earning Offensive Player of the Game honors. And now the gold medal game won by Saskatchewan. Their defense making big plays when it mattered. Their offense capitalizing some big plays all thrown. To me, though, Tyler, I mean, you got to shout out the quarterback. Both of them,
yes.
Xavier Gatton and Davin Banke-Babona, put on a show. And
Yes,
if I
they
was
did.
to guess, Tyler, I am going to assume that the offensive player of the tournament is probably going to be
Xavier
Xavier Gatton from Saskatchewan.
I agree.
Defensively, you could really go anywhere. My guess is going to be Malik King.
Yep.
Started the tournament off with a sack, was in on that safety as well that flipped momentum in the third quarter. Multiple big plays.
Yeah, great job all the way around, top to bottom. Saskatchewan is absolutely loaded with talent, and very, very deservedly so.
We got players
As
of
we
the
are going
game
to get
here.
medals presented to the winners and the losers here. No losers on this game, obviously. There's silver medals and gold medals being handed out. But first, as you see the GOAT on the field, Brian Doby is in attendance. He will give away the Player of the Game awards coming here, as we'll get some our play-by-play announcer to announce those coming up. Just a little bit of a technical difficulty as to who is going to be receiving these awards here. Just bear with us momentarily. Just misplaced the information as to who will be the recipients of the players of the game here. It's getting cleaned up. Sorry for the delay, folks. As you can see, the teams are anxiously awaiting the presentation of the gold and silver medals here. Players of the game to come first. Team Saskatchewan ready to celebrate that 5th straight gold medal with an absolutely phenomenal performance in this tournament, winning their first game, massive, and then winning this game in a highly contested, great football game against another strong performance by the Coach Filippelli-led Alberta team here.
A little bit of confusion over there on the PA. Pardon me, I had to step over and provide some assistance on the confirmation of jersey numbers there. We are going to get first the players of the game for both sides, and then we are going to go for the tournament players, defensive, offensive, and I believe special teams player. Yeah, there's some question marks here. Give me what? Yeah, I got to step out for a minute.
Here, Mike. I'll just turn up the play-by-play announcer here. Number 6 for Team Alberta is going to be receiving an award here for Player of the Game. As like we said, there is a bit of confusion upstairs in the booth, so we are doing our absolute best to try to bring this to you as cleanly as possible as we conclude this broadcast here, as the medal ceremony is well underway out here in Winnipeg. Team Saskatchewan, for the 5th year in a row, will be taking home gold. Team Alberta, once again, will be taking home silver. Manitoba was able to top BC in the bronze medal game earlier, and as we expected, Banke-Babona will be the offensive player of the game for Team Alberta. He did everything he possibly could to keep his boys in this football game, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy, did he ever. He brought that southpaw swagger all tournament long. great with his legs as well. He started the tournament with a rushing touchdown, capped off the Alberta scoring with a rushing touchdown. Also, the defensive player of the game, David Krashenescu, kicker as well for Alberta.
Yeah.
It was very, very important for that team up front, including on that third down stop as number 19 for Sask, Jonas Krogsgaard, gets defensive player of the game. He had that huge hit earlier on in the first half. Multiple plays, a couple great PBUs from him also. Stepped up to make a couple tackles all over the field. And now offensive player of the game, it'll be number 33, Ashton Hoomfan.
Oh, they robbed our boy Gatton.
Well, to be fair, Tyler, he won offensive player of the game in the first game of the tournament.
That's a very good
and
point.
on top of that, we still have to award the offensive player of the tournament. And I'm willing to bet my life savings that Gatton is the offensive player of the tournament.
You're probably on that one. Obviously not taking anything away from the young man at Hoop Fan. Fantastic job on the ground, gaining about 6 or 7 yards a carry here this afternoon. So as a running back, that is unbelievable, of course, to be able to produce at that level.
Now we're announcing the players of the tournament. Special teams player of the tournament. That's a tough one, Tyler. I honestly might go with one of the Alberta returners. We'll see. I actually didn't hear who they announced.
I believe they're giving it to AJ Bangura.
Oh, Bangura from Manitoba. Yeah, that makes sense. He did have a great tournament. Of course, not presently here, I don't believe. He did get injured in the game against BC, but he was sensational. That is well deserved. AJ Bangura being called by his coach, Alex Christie, former Manitoba Bison.
Defensive player of the tournament, as you predicted, Mike, going to be Malik King.
Malik King started the tournament with a sack, had 2 sacks against BC in the first game, in on that safety that flipped momentum early in the third quarter. He was all over the field for Sask. You saw him pressure looks from a variety of different places. He lined up over center, he lined up on the edge, hybrid in that sort of in that simulated pressure front that you see a lot of teams running these days. Very, very impressive stuff from Malik King. And now offensive player, again, if it's not Gatton, then I don't know what's happening. And
there it is.
For obvious reasons, the offensive player of the tournament is Xavier Gatton. He was automatic.
The kid is an absolute just all-star at the quarterback position. Look for him to be sought after by multiple universities as he progresses into his high school career. Keep in mind that these young men are under the age of 16 and they're producing at this high of a level here as we're going to get the medal presentations up and underway here for both Team Alberta and Team Saskatchewan. We'll stick around for another moment here, and then we will sign off for Football Manitoba, broadcasting out of St. Vital Mustangs Field on behalf of Football Canada at the Under-16 Western Challenge. Mike, final thoughts?
Well, first of all, I want to remind viewers to stay tuned because we're not done yet.
That is true.
We still have the U18 Indigenous Cup happening tomorrow, 10 a.m. and 1:30, with the bronze medal and gold medal games. Team Toba going to be competing against Alberta for the gold medal. So, of course, stay tuned. But, yes, Tyler, it has been a thrill. First time Manitoba is hosting the U16 Western Challenge in over a decade.
Yep.
And Toba earning a medal for the first time in 7 years in front of their home crowd in a thriller. And the gold medal game, of course, did not disappoint. For the second year in a row, Team Sask coming out on top against Team Alberta. Right now, Alberta, it's hard to see it, but they're getting their silver medals being handed out right now.
Look at it.
And just want to give a congratulations again to head coach Jordan Filippelli, all of those Alberta coaches and players on a great tournament. Nothing to hang your heads about here. They were right in the fight from start to finish. A true pleasure to watch this team go to work. Tons of great talent on the field, the next generation, Tyler, and it starts at the U16 Western Challenge.
100%. These guys have a road to make it to that national tournament, the Under-18 national tournament that will begin later this month on the campus of St. Francis Xavier in Antigonish, Nova Scotia, where there will be a fantastic display of football all the way around from every single province represented. Keep in mind, next week, the Under-17 tournament tournament will kick off out in the Okanagan in Kelowna. Manitoba takes on Alberta. Saskatchewan takes on BC. Similar tournament setup that you would have witnessed here. That one should be good. But these kids came out here and showed why they are high-level elite football players, Mike.
Boy, did they ever, as we get a great look at Sask getting their gold medals, and of course legendary Bison's football head coach Brian Dobie retired at the end of the 2024 season. He's been here all week long, Tyler.
Yes, yes.
Being one of the people that's determined the players of the game, the players of the tournament. He's been all around active, and certainly a true honor for these players to get their medals from a true GOAT in football in the country of Canada, and quite frankly in the sport all throughout the world, not just in Canada. I mean, 100%. Brian Dobie is renowned by anyone you talk to anywhere, one of the most respected coaches out there, and a real exciting time for these young men as they get these gold medals handed to them. They're going to remember this for the rest of their lives. This is where it starts for a lot of these players, and of course as well, all-star recognition. You know, in years past, these players have been able to represent Team Canada.
Yes.
When given that opportunity, that's another really exciting honor. And as well, Canada showing out against the United States recently on the world stage, and flag as well.
Getting Pat McAfee's attention.
As we get, for sure, getting some love from Pat McAfee as well with that result. And also at the tackle level, Canada doing a great job. Senior men's team. So the sport and the future of the sport in Canada is bright. It is thriving right now for the red and white. And of course, the LA Olympics in 2028 going to be the debut of flag football at the Olympic level. And a lot of these athletes potentially with the opportunity also to do that in future years. The sport of football is thriving in Canada.
100%, Mike. It is live and well. Flag football taking an absolute leap onto that stage with the Olympic Games. As you mentioned, Mike, fantastic for the game to continue to grow on both the men's and women's side, as Coach Dobie is just finalizing the last few handshakes down the line of scrimmage here. We are about to wrap it up from Manitoba, as the presentation of the trophy is going to be coming here in just a moment, presented to Team Saskatchewan.
Brian Dobie giving those medals to the Saskatchewan coaches right at the end of the line.
Again, Dobie, not known to be the fastest moving person around. If you've ever spoken to the guy, you know that you can get caught up in a 45-minute conversation really quick. Of course, in the nicest possible way. I had the pleasure of playing for Coach Dobie for 5 years back in the early 2010s there, and nothing but love and respect for that man as he continues here with 3 more medals to present. And then the trophy will come out, and we will bid you adieu from Winnipeg.
Mark says hello back. Oh, I'm going to be texting him.
Saskatchewan gathering together, getting ready for this for the trophy presentation. 5 times now they have won in a row the U16 Western Challenge, continuing to put their province on the map. And you know, it's interesting, Tyler, just looking at the bigger picture at the U18 level, for the longest time it was Quebec that
Quebec
owned that tournament. Quebec and Ontario, they had the monopoly on it, and Saskatchewan and their minor football system, Regina and Saskatoon minor football, the way that they have developed with this long-term athlete development model, the programs that they have year-round have paid off. They've shown dividends. You talked about it in the middle of their, at the very beginning of their first game. They run the same systems all the way up from developmental, from minor, all the way up through university. And it's not even just that, it's the culture.
Yes.
This is a band of brothers. It's not just a sport to these individuals. Again, they play year-round. They develop lifelong friendships. There's so much love and appreciation all across the board. It was really cool. I saw they have the Institute of the Saskatchewan Institute there recently created. And AJ Ouellette was actually there from the Saskatchewan Roughriders talking to those young men recently as a guest speaker. That's a really great program. I want to give a shout out to Brian Gieber and the work that he's done to help develop that as well, as Saskatchewan hoists the trophy high for a 5th consecutive season. Soak it in, young men. You have deserved this moment. Exceptional tournament, exceptional work. Saskatchewan never trailed in this tournament, Tyler.
That's beyond impressive.
They ran it from start to finish, and they bring back the trophy for the 5th consecutive year. Tyler, your last thoughts.
Just fantastic display of football here in southern Winnipeg, as you said, all week long, Mike, from all 4 provinces represented. Saskatchewan showing once again why they are indeed the belle of the ball. Alberta is right there with them, and Manitoba able to snap the 7-year medal drought with a massive win earlier this afternoon. Thank you guys for having us. It was an absolute pleasure to call these games for you live on Football Canada.
I used to bet here's to all the people who brought us here. The mothers, the fathers, the siblings, the coaches. Here's to Sask. Sask on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sask!
Okay, guys, down by the end zone.
Can we get a count? Grab your helmet. Goal line.
All watchers. Those 6-man down.
Right here. Someone put this one.
Boys,
tighter. Tight.
not in there. I love it. Look at you.
Go 5. Put 5 up.
You in?
Can I get a couple of coaches to kneel if you still have knees?
Are we holding up 5 or what? Hold up the 5, eh? Hold up the 5.
Wherever you belong going tonight. All right, 8 smiles.
Where is he?
Pass, number 1.
Hold up the 5.
After the wedding, will it ever be wedding? I love. Will it ever be wedding? I love. Will it ever be wedding? I love. Will it ever be? After the rain, will it ever be raining? I love. Will it ever be raining? I love. Will it ever be raining? I love. Will it ever be? After the rain, will it ever be raining? I love. Will it ever be raining? I love. Will it ever be raining? I love. Will it ever be? After the rain.